I give the call to the honourable member for Oxley.
Thanks, Mr Deputy Speaker. Look, I want to begin my remarks by saying how important this issue is for me and how I've been touched by a number of victims in my own electorate. In 2011, I represented in the Brisbane City Council parts of Brisbane that were devastated heavily by the January floods, where devastation, where homes, businesses and basically local communities were torn apart as a result of a major flooding incident. And from that, and listening to the heartbreaking stories of so many of my local residents, when I saw this issue come before the House, I wanted to make sure that my voice was proudly and very strongly associated with reforms regarding life insurance remuneration arrangements. Because when you listen to victims and when you listen to the pain and heartbreak that they've had to go through, it is incumbent upon every single member of this House to do whatever we can to use the instruments at our disposal. And yes, through you, Mr Deputy Speaker, when I listened to the member for Hughes talk about how government wasn't necessary, how you've got to be careful about government, well, if there was ever a reason or evidence to suggest that government does need to intervene, then government does need to take a firm hand. It is in this industry. Those opposite talk a lot about government not being involved in people's lives. Well, I'm yet to meet victims and people who are suffering greatly, who come up to me and say, gee, I'd like a little less government in my life. We serve the communities around Australia here in this place, and we've got a job to do to make sure the most vulnerable and those who need protection get protection.